Hand shears, I've never actually used them. This guy has a little bit. This is Ross. He's from down south, he's a shearer. And he's been doing a bit of work, just dropped in for a cup of tea, and he's like me. He said, oh, look at it on YouTube last night. So we both looked at YouTube, but get out of there, Pace. You're not going to help Pace. It must be funny doing this with these shears here after using electrics, eh? Must be difficult.
We'll get it done slowly.
Yep. Hey, Pace, get out of there! He pull it, Pace! Hey, cut it out! You'll get the bloody trouble for that! You little bastard! What are you doing? He thinks it's like a pig. He's pulling wool off it. Shit. We're going to put a hot collar on him. He was behind you pulling the bloody wool off it. A lot more tidy, eh? And you, what do you reckon we go and get those electric ones and finish her off later on with them? Come on, mate. In your box. Get up. Up. Get in your box. Get in your box. Up. Good boy. Good boy. We did that well. There's your tucket. I'll keep him in there so he's cool and stay out of the sun while we go and get our handpiece. So we're in town now, but we can't go into a shop to buy a face mask because you've got to have a face mask to go into a shop, so we're a bit fucked. Can you see our dilemma? This is the problem in masks. Have you got... And he just looked at a rubbish tin. He looked at a fucking rubbish tin. I saw you. And I'm looking at the ground. Yeah, we'll do anything to get to a shop to get a face mask so we can go back to CRT and buy our shears. This is what we just bought at CRT, and Ross is saying that his pieces fit on it, do they?
You can cut it this.
Yep. Not bad, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, geez, I nearly got it in the face. Nice and clean, brother. Oh, para, ram, interesting. Nice clean job. Giving old Marty B's channel Angry Ram a run for its money with this ram. So the first sheep we did, that's all creamy. She's like Romney mixed up with something. You can tell by that nose on it, but it's quite coarse compared to this one here. Well, the hand shears from CRT are not bad. I mean, it's nothing like the ones in the professional ones, but it's all right for someone with a small holding like me. How's that battery going? Is it slowing down yet, Bo?
Nah.
Going all right still on the third sheep. Cool.
Always come from the side of the pizzle.
Oh yeah, always come from the
Never
side.
down.
Yep, I understood. Yep. Go. See, you can just run loose of that rope. Doesn't matter if we can catch him again. There you go, mate. Go see you, mate. There you go. Oh, he's tied up. Okay. There you go. This is really nice wool, eh? Real soft.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. Beautiful. We're going to get that spun and knit it into something nice. It's really nice. I'll keep that separate. How are you finding that hand shear?
Good.
All right. You're
Yeah.
doing a good job with it, bud.
Yeah.
So the battery's done, what, 3 sheep now?
Yeah.
Is it slowing down at all?
I think it's still going hard at the moment.
Are you changing these over now, are you?
Yeah, I've been changing every sheep.
So what, every sheep, just that's how much you got to do it, eh?
Well, not really, but I just want to.
Have the sharpest for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I'm not seeming to getting the best cut, but I'm not used to it. And
Oh, mate, you're doing a good job. Bit big weather, isn't it?
whoa.
It's a little bit bigger than the other ones.
That could have gone wrong.
Oh, it went pretty easy, I think. I might have done it a bit. Yeah. We don't have a handy dog, so if you let him go, we're not going to catch him again.
I'm not saying anything about
Well, his Pace is the only handy dog we've got. Don't lose him! Hold on to him! Jeez.
Well, we're not doing the walking thing, pal, since you don't do it.
Bring him over to the bloody... Yeah. He didn't want to do the walking thing. It's pretty much a workout, isn't it? Sorry, my wool shed's not very flash, mate. There you go. Okay, battery's onto its 5th sheep now. Still going. Lovely. Awesome, mate. Yeah. There you go, mate. So Ross was driving past my place. He looked up there and he goes, "That's where Clay's house must be. I'll give him a call." And turned up, and as it so turns out, he's a shearer. Well, that worked out good, didn't it? Fucking good. Seriously, very good.
No worries.
Thank you very much. It's very helpful to me. Day 10 of my new wasabi, and I can't help but notice that the leaves are looking very pale. And oh shit, what's going on here? Let me undo this and show you. This leaf here, it's got some sort of disease on it now. Oh, that's not good. No, they're not looking good. Not looking good at all. Well, one of my subscribers, Jerry, said that would fail, and you might be right, Jerry. I might fail. I think he said I'd fail because it wasn't the normal climate, but the ones I've got growing up here are not in the normal climate either, and they're just smashing. They're going for it really well. You can see the difference. These are the ones from Stu Driver, his ones, and okay, if you have been bitten by some bloody. These actually ones aren't. These three here, that one's not doing well either. That looks sick. These three here have come from pure wasabi from Fenton, and the rest are from Stew, as are these ones here. These ones are going really well, and as you can see, I'm starting to get seed off them. This is going to be the first time ever I've got my own seed from wasabi. And these ones over here, they came from Stew, and they were looking really crook when I put them in the ground, but they've been in for also 10 days about the same time. You can see through the shade cloth, you can see they're healthy. And they were looking really crook when they arrived, but they're doing well. So if anybody knows what's going on with the ones in my planter I made, can you help me out? Because I don't. I'm just like, fuck. Is it too much water when they're yellow? Is there something badly? Is it nitrogen that's missing in the soil? Wasabi is traditionally a really hard plant to grow, and I'm no gardener, and I thought they looked really good, and I gave them the best potting mix, the best everything. I spent so much to have the perfect ones, and those ones are failing. If they keep going like that, I'm going to lose them. So if you know anything, help me. I have sent a message to Stu Driver, because Stu Driver knows he's the garden king. He's the Greenway life, and he's helped me a lot. Thanks, Stu. Anyway, hopefully we're not going to lose those, but right now I'm feeling a little bit disheartened. So much work. Gardening, man, it's a bloody roller coaster of emotions, gardening. You work so hard, and you spend days building a planter box, and do your order and spend your money and get the best everything, and fuck it. It's not easy. Gardening's not easy. You really appreciate when you get good vegetables and good produce just how much work goes into getting it right, eh, Bruno? Hey, mate? Hey, you okay, buddy? All right? Looked a bit funny there, you okay? Good boy. That's a good boy. That's a good dog. Let's get you another rub down, eh? Good dog. So Janine, who has been helping me with Bruno, she's made some videos on massage and how to massage him, which I've been doing anyway, has suggested I get this. So I bought this for Bruno as well. $65. It's a joint supplement, and hopefully this makes a difference. So when we get home, we're going to give Bruno some Antinol. Thank you, Janine.
G'day, Clay. Sorry, it's hard for me to do a video, but I'll just give you a rough shot. So obviously what you're doing is really good, and as I know he likes it hard, but you're better to go gently and then build in a bit of pressure, because they're stoic animals. They will just suck it up. Coming down into his femoral biceps, down into here is really important. I use the flat of my hand and sort of grab the muscle as I come round, and I come right in under where his balls are, and just sort of move that muscle, stimulate that muscle. Being really careful over his knees, because I've noticed the way he skips, it's probably pretty hard. But if you come down over those big, like his glutes are up here, and then his femoral biceps down here.
Bruno's getting his morning massage, and he never ever made pups with anybody, eh? These nuts, and you didn't do anything with him. He's a virgin. He's going to die a virgin. I'm going to try and come around the other side here and get him there. This is what I actually do on my own body, so I'm familiar with it. And you come up under here. Can't really see, but it's just under the rib cage here, at the back where the baby back ribs would be if it was a pig you were cutting up, and just in here. Not too hard. We're just going to massage that, and he doesn't mind it too much. We won't do too hard, do we, boy? As Janine said, these doggos are quite stoic, so something could be hurting them, and they won't show anything. They show they're insensitive to pain. We don't want to hurt them. Hey mate, does that feel okay? That feel right, eh? Good boy. Good dog. He actually enjoys this. We're going to go back in there again. Just up into here and turn around. You can't really see, but I'm actually in quite deep on that size muscle. And this helps that nerve which goes right down here. This leg goes right down to the outside of the foot. Right down to here. If you've ever had sciatic pain, you'll know what I'm talking about. It goes right down here, so back in there. And just going underneath. And you can actually feel it. It's just in there. Oh, yeah. Loosen that up for him. Good boy. Is that okay, mate? Is that alright? Is that okay? He's enjoying that. That's good. Yes, good boy. Good boy, Bruno. Is that okay, buddy? Is that okay? Hey? You alright? Just lying there taking it. I'm doing about 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes at night, and sometimes more if I can be stuffed. Hey, mate? You like it, don't you? You like the attention? That combined with the medication I've got him on now, hopefully we can have a few more days of quality life. This little guy's been in the incubator. Don't touch. He's been in the incubator for about 2 days. His mate's already swimming on the pond. It's just not working out. Yeah. Oh, Pace is shaking because he wants to bite it. Don't you touch it, Pace. You leave it. Yeah, she's not going to bloody well make it. I think if we could just stand up, we could keep him, but no, that ain't going to happen. It's just part of raising anything, I guess. Little Pace licking his lips. So this duckling in my pocket should actually be with these guys, and they have both come out of the incubator as well. And this mother that's looking after them, she mismothered her eggs, so she's taken over. Yeah, coffee because all the coffee grounds. Yeah. So Ethan's taken the radiator out, sitting in the back. Is it in the back, bro?
Yeah. It's under all, well, yeah, it's right in the back, yeah.
We're going to take it down to town and see if it's fixable, and if not, I'm going to replace it because I want to get the Toyota Land Cruiser going, eh?
Yeah, that'd be good.
Did it leak on your face? You got some cool designs on your face there.
New Mike Tyson tattoo.
It looks like a Mike Tyson tattoo, actually, yeah. It's pretty cool. Currently down on the houseboat with young Ethan and cooking up a feed. We've got sprouts, tomatoes, 1 egg in there. My mate Ross was on the houseboat behind, and a couple of greasy old pork chops. And young fella's just cruising in the corner like a king, getting served up.
Living the dream.
I'm the kitchen bitch. Our food's nearly ready. Oh, wrap your laughing gear on that, bud.
You beauty, thank you.
It's pretty good, eh?
Fuck, you don't get looked after like that very much.
Don't you?
No.
I'm going to have to talk to your girlfriend then. I like what you've done with the avocado and the pork. How's it taste with the pork?
Bloody good.
Taste okay?
Yeah, it's all good, yeah.
We're out having the final walk with B around the sheep, all the other dogs. B's going back to Wade Waller tonight. He's a dog that doesn't give a fuck about me. I mean, look at him. I'm trying to make him heel, and B heel. He knows the command. He never listens. The reason he's going is he's trail barking, and Wade will be able to sort that out. And he still can catch a pig. Like he caught a pig on the weekend. He caught young Brody's first pig. That was good. Hey, Bugsy, what are you doing? Get over here. Bugsy, come. Bugsy's really got good commands and listens to everything. Bruno does, Poe does, Pace sometimes. Pace is at least there, right down there, like a little shadow, see by my feet, all the time. Whereas B will just fuck off, so it's just going to make life easier. Bit of a funny day when you're sending a dog away. You can't help but be a wee bit attached to them, eh?
Yeah.
Every dog
I'm attached and I've only just met him.
You know, you've attached to him and just met him, yeah. And 3 years just about to be, and it's a bit weird, but it's also important to not let the rest of the pack down, and constantly he hasn't been working out with the other dogs. He's been pretty much doing his own hunting, going off and not working as a team player, and then when he's getting to a pig, he's barking at it quite often, which just doesn't work in the forestry. It'll work in other places. He can catch a pig, but he does it with a lot of yap, and in the tight forestry, we just can't have it, we lose it. And he's not a pet, he's always supposed to be a pig dog, to put meat on the table for my family, my loved ones, and myself. and when it's costing you that, it's better he goes to a place. Tomorrow morning he'll be hunting again. That's what he's bred for. Wade will be hunting tomorrow, and Wade will probably send me a photo or something of him with a pig. Won't surprise me at all, because Wade's in a totally different country to what we're hunting. So we're heading off to James now. We're going to meet him halfway at Woodstock and drop him off there and say goodbye to him, and then come back home. Woodstock. We just dropped off B with James, and James is taking to Wade tomorrow, and tomorrow morning B will be hunting. So that's where his life's going. He'll get a shitload of hunting in. Goodbye, B. Look at that water again, Bruno. Corrugated iron planter. Beautiful. That's good.
Food for your own family.
We're growing food for our family. Everybody comes here. Now this bucket here has got sheep shit that's been broken down over a couple of years. So it's really good. I'm going to put that in there with my chicken poo on top. You can see it's all breaking down. That's a good soak. Now we've got our mix in. Got some more seedlings here to go in. I've learnt to water them first, a bit more, bud, just to get it nice and wet. They come out easier. Cheers, mate. Yeah, they come out easier to pot. Good stuff. So here's our first, it's our first tomato plant for 2021, new one. That's a dwarf tomato. I'm going to put 6 of them in there. Last one, this variety here is beefsteak. My dad loves these. So these ones that, sorry bud, these ones that Ethan's putting in, these are Roma. They're an acid-free tomato. Craig also gave me this bundle of sticks, which have really been invaluable. I've used them on all of these tomatoes here. He gave me a great big bundle of them, so really good. We'll tie those up when the plants get a bit bigger. These are from last year, so you can use them each year again and again. So when you're going through tough times, did watching hunting videos sort of take you back in the hills again?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
That's what a lot of people tell me. They say that they use hunting as their sort of therapeutic way of dealing with either a shoulder injury or whatever it is, and hunting is actually a cure-all, but the downside, if you have a really bad injury, you can't hunt, eh?
Yeah.
Sometimes.
It's good to be able to...
That shoulder's working pretty bloody good right now, I'll tell you. Done and dusted. Well, let's see here. Ethan's getting on with this. Oh, he's got the bloody good one. That's the one. That'll break it down. It's getting a step. We're going to put all tomatoes in here too. Put them up right next to the wasabi. Last year I grew them next to the wasabi and they worked really well. So Ethan's been with me for a couple of days, and he had a pretty bad injury a while ago with his shoulder. And part of his rehabilitation was working on a Toyota Land Cruiser, which of course I share a passion for. The same Land Cruiser as the one I've got. He's taken the radiator out of mine, and we're going to get that replaced. He's very, very keen on fencing. Done quite a lot of fence contracting. He's done a lot of dairy farm work as well. And he's not scared of a bit of work. What was the main draw to come and see me, mate?
I just love your work. I've been following you for years and listened to the CDs and
listen to the music and listen to
through a lot of tough times, and I can't get into the hills anymore, so I thought, fuck, I'll come and see you.
So when you're going through tough times, did watching hunting videos sort of take you back in the hills again?
Oh, shit, yeah.
That's what a lot of people tell me. They say that they use hunting as their sort of therapeutic way of dealing with either a shoulder injury or whatever it is, and hunting is actually a cure-all, but the downside, if you have a really bad injury, you can't hunt, eh?
Yeah.
Sometimes.
It's good to be able to...
That shoulder's working pretty bloody good right now, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
These are cherry tomatoes. Those are money makers and beefsteaks. Is that right?
That's right, yeah.
Hey, Charlie. G'day, Charlie. He looks like Bigsy a lot, eh? You going to be okay beside Bigsy, eh? Come on. Lovely boy. What's the breeding, mate? Body cross beardy. Can't see much beardy in him. We're going to put Ethan's dog, Charlie, in with mine. There's going to be some noise. B's gone. He went yesterday. He went hunting this morning. Didn't catch anything. Well, nothing I can tell you about that, that's for sure. Right. Come on, boy. Who's that, Bigsy, eh? He looks a bit like you, mate. He looks a bit like you. No fighting with your new neighbour. Good girl, Poe. Poe wants to play. He's wagging his tail.
Charlie, get up.
Charlie, get up, boy.
Get up.
Good boy. Oh, pretty well behaved. Get some water in there. Okay, mate. You and Charlie get on together. No fighting. They can't actually reach each other through there, so it'll be good. There's two lots of wire.
Fuck, look at that for a motel, boy.
Pretty flesh, eh? He's a lovely boy. He's got a lovely face. He looks a lot like Bigsy, man.
It looks a lot like...
You look him and Bigsy. Is that your brother?
Long lost brother, eh?
Yeah, they look very similar, don't they? You'd think they were the same breed, wouldn't you? The old stiff tail. He's got a wagging tail. Good boy. You gonna smell each other's nose?
Good dogs.
Good Bigsy's starting to put those hackles are up. Good boy, Bigsy. No, Bigsy. That'll do. What's going on there, Poe, eh? You be nice, okay? I know he's sort of new and you think you're the alpha dog, but you're not. Good boy. Oh, you're growling too now, are you? Hey? Sit down, Charlie. Good boy. Right, you guys behave. We're off. Ethan inadvertently collected the duck eggs, the ones that the duck was sitting on, which she went off, but we went through them and we found that some of them weren't fertile anyway, but she's sitting back on the ones we think are. The other thing is we made a mock sort of a, I guess you could say, nest under this here. The ducks had put eggs in there. What we've done is we put dirt in and we've shaped it so when the duck is on it, actually it keeps the heat in, because the ducks are not good at making nests, and what they end up having is their nests end up being flat and the eggs splitting at the side. They're just not good mothers. Chickens do a much better job. So there are ducks introducing eggs to that, and we've just made it a bit better. The other thing I've done is I've put a bit of wood on here, just very roughly, to stop Bruno going in and eating them all. He can't get his head through there, otherwise they would get eaten in a heartbeat. Hey, good boy. Good dog, aren't you, eh? You good boy, eh? Get nice in there, eh? Cool off. My worm farm, and we've had quite a lot of rain, so I'll put this cover on. I'm not sure if that was a good idea or not. We'll go into here and see how we're looking. Yeah, she's quite dry. Jeez, it's warm. Man, that heats up. Wow. That heats up a lot. Man, it's hot. Anyway, I've got some more compost. It's just some stuff to put on here. There you go, mate. It's the container for flushing my motor, mate. You could just go and drink out of your clean pot. Instead of drinking that shit water. It's probably got fuel in it. There's heaps of worms right through all of this. Right from one end to the other, so that's bloody good. Look at them all down there. Reproducing. Happy days. Right, we'll cover that back up. Just putting this old rug over to keep the direct sunlight off. I think it's a bit of a fine line between the right amount of moisture and too much. This is a bucket of poo, and this is some coffee. Some good bastard dropped off outside my gate. He's got a wee coffee stand in Richmond there. 4 bags of coffee grounds I picked up in Mapua. Trays you get from the supermarket, you might get some sort of food in. I collect them because you can use them for seedlings. Our worm juice there, we just put the last on the plants, and I keep this over to keep the ducks from drinking it. This is my chilli plant that Hayley gave me, and it's grown really good chilies. Today I'm having some lamb, and I'm going to have a little bit of chilli with it. These tomatoes are coming on really well. In coffee grounds I'm seeding leeks and a few other things as well. They're starting to come up. Didn't get such a big hit as I thought. These ones haven't come up. Got a few. Bell peppers starting to come up in the glasshouse too now. Delicious in salads or just in the pan. Got a few green ones. Oh, look at that. And we're starting to get some strawberries too. This is also last year's strawberry come up again. Getting a few wee flowers, which are going to turn into strawberries. So this old bed is a bed frame standing up, and on it is old guttering off the house. We're starting to get a few strawberries pop up, and there's going to be more here. You can see the flowers. And what I've got is I've got a cover that goes over this when they're fully ripe, so just keep the birds off. These muscle boys have made fantastic planters, and we've got it set up off the ground, which helps keep the slugs off. They've got a long way to come up to get to the actual vegetables. They've basically got to climb all the way up here to get into the vegetables. And these are yams coming up now. We weeded them the other day, and they've just made such a difference by getting all the weeds out and giving them a chance to get all the nutrients and nutrition first. You're not a yam, you're a weed, and you're a weed also, so out you come. That's what yams look like, there. And you're a weed, mate, so you don't belong in there. I actually introduced my weeds back into my seaweed, mix it all up. We have an abundance of these little mandarins, and that is your wasabi on the outside. These are going so well. And next to them I've got some more strawberries, which I need to plant some more out. This is last year's, and I'm going to put some fresh ones in soon. This wasabi is 3 years old, and as you can see we're getting these really cool little seed pods, which means soon I'll better start seeding my own wasabi. And there's a process to do that. You put it in the fridge, but you also have to run it through water so you can gather the seed off the pod. Been preparing this garden for growing in. It's still waiting to be turned over again. I've got a rotary hoe I want to try and get going to do that, but the soil has been Had all sorts of things added to it. It's had coffee grounds, lime, sheep poo, chicken poo, seaweed, and it's going to be a new patch. Over here I put tomatoes in, they're looking good. And here's the wasabi I planted 3 weeks ago from stewed riva, and it's doing surprisingly very well. I can't believe how well it's doing because they didn't look too good when they arrived. Here is coffee grounds, and I haven't seen anything pop up yet in there. Some seeds in there. Might be early days still. Well, here's the compost bay that we built, and man, it's away. We're already on to our second layer. These were rotten eggs. Actually, they were eggs that were mismothered by the duck. Someone collected them, not realising the duck was sitting on them, so we had to throw them out. As it turned out, they weren't fertile. And in here, look what's coming up in the compost in the second lot. Can somebody tell me what this is? Is this pumpkin seed? Can I take these? What are these? Are these pumpkins? Look, they're all coming up down here. Right through this, growing up. What are these? They're sprouting everywhere in this compost. Look, there's another one coming up here. I'll actually take those out and plant them if they're pumpkin. Can someone tell me what those are? Because it seems like they're coming up. Man, it's warm, this compost. Really heats up. I don't know if there's any more in here or not. This has been turned once. I guess I could take one out of the ground, couldn't I? And see what's on the end of it and work it out pretty quick. Let's have a look at this one here. Let's actually sacrifice one plant and find if there's a pumpkin seed on the end of it, because I think that might be. Look at this. That is indeed. That's the shell, that's the kernel. Must be one of the old pumpkins we've thrown out, or they could be also camu. You can see the rabbits have got in here and they've devastated this kale. They have devastated it. So those rabbits, well, this is not a rabbit-proof place, but they love this kale and they've taken it out. They've eaten that. They loved it. They've munched this one too. Silver beet hasn't been touched, which is good. This tamarillo is protected with that. Look at this. This is actually going to seed. We're going to get seed off that there. This is the native spinach. It's also known as Botany Bay Spinach, I believe. It's not really a true native. And behind here we've got some more tomatoes growing. And this cabbage, we're probably going to make that into sauerkraut. It's a beauty. It's the wild garden beside the house. And it's interesting that this one that the rabbits love, they haven't touched it so much as they have the other one. And it's in all this grass. Maybe it's too wet for them in here, but it's actually done really well. It's pretty big. It's all seeded. This is the other kale that's seeded. Just an experimental crop that we put in without weeding or doing anything. Left it to see what would happen, and it's actually done really well in its natural environment. These are Daikon Radishes, Japanese radish, and this whole garden here is a work in progress still. Done a lot of work for the soil and preparation. I planted these garlics not that long ago and they've already come up, which is good to see. And so far nothing's really predated on them, which is good. The cow's having a chance to actually get away. Oh, a few wee nibbles on there, but overall not too bad. We'll see how they go. I've now put a bit of a roof on my wasabi because I was overwatering it. And hopefully this helps the plants because they were starting to yellow off. I've taken some of the diseased ones off. Already today, one day without watering and a roof on, and these guys are looking better. And what I've noticed is the leaves are turning up to get water. See how they go? They turn up and they do that to gather water. And what I've done is I've poked all these holes in the ground and it's really helped it drain off, and these guys are looking a lot better. So we're going to leave the water for a bit longer. We're going to actually not water these until they start to droop, and then we're going to add water. Because I think this type of potting mix I've been using, it holds the water too much, and these guys have had wet feet. And already they're looking better today. That's good. You've probably figured out by now that I absolutely love wasabi. I'm a little bit addicted to growing it and eating it and everything with it. The leaf, which is great in a salad, the bit you grind off that you make into your paste, is just so good with everything. You can have it with a bit of steak. Oh, it's great with steak. Of course, fish is a no-brainer. Raw fish or sashimi, and wasabi is next level. That's the real wasabi, not the green fake stuff that most of us buy. And I just can't think of anything better than a bit of kahawai that's bled properly, the right age, aged properly, ikijimi'd properly, cut up sashimi properly, and then served up with some of that wasabi. It's next level. It's next level, and that's what I love about wasabi. It's got so many things you can use it for. Not just that, very high in antioxidants, a very, very healthy plant. Right, how is lunch doing? I've got the camp oven because I don't really know how to use my normal oven yet and I'm still learning, what I'm doing is I'm cooking with the actual camp oven itself. And I've got some garlic in here with some lamb chops. Just like that. One thing about lamb chops is I don't think you can overcook them. That smells pretty good. I'm going to introduce that chili I had and have that with it. Anyway, that's my dinner. I won't show you eating that because I just feel like eating in without holding a camera. But for my one meal a day, it's lamb chops. I'm going to be killing the black-faced Suffolk soon, and I'm going to do a video on the whole lot of that sheep. God, I can't talk, I'm dribbling. Good chomping and chewing. Young Simon knew the right time to set up, didn't you, mate? Smell that and tell me that ain't good, mate.
Should be good.
Have a sniff. We've got chili, we've got everything in there. Well, I'm going to chomp that down and then I'm going to talk to you about hunting. These little shelters I've made work really well for the sheep. Keep them out of the rain and the wind and also the sun. Really basic. Because they're on a collar with a chain, I'm just going to make sure they can't go through the other side, otherwise I'll tangle. I've got the stuck in the kitchen sink. It was born in the incubator and I force fed it. I don't really want to lose it, but there's something very wrong with its feet. It can't stand up, so I've got it in lukewarm water here, basically training it, and I've had it for 2 days now. I'm surprised it's still alive. It can't walk, but well, it sort of is starting to walk. It's getting to the point where it's getting better slowly, so there we go. It's standing now for a bit, but its legs are facing the wrong way. This is air goat. I've been feeding it worms, and it's eating, and it's drinking, and it's shitting, so we might get it, but its legs are not right. I reckon it's slowly starting to come right though. Just a little bit of swimming, and we'll see how we go. I'm getting it doing lots of exercise, sort of like a rehabilitation for ducks. And when it's full grown, of course, we'll eat it. What I'm doing is, before I'm walking the other dogs, is I'm walking Bruno first, because you can see he's slow, and Bigsy's a pup and wants to play, and Bigsy knocks him over, and so does Pace. So just giving him a chance to warm up slowly in the morning before the other dogs start running around, and then I'll let him run with the other dogs. But right now he's just getting himself warmed up. Very, very wet here on the farm underfoot, and all my sheep are white after the rain. They have got covers to go under, but I need to build some more. We can't put our fence in because it's too wet for the tractors to do any work, and ideally we would have had it. Bruno likes going down here because he likes eating sheep shit. Speaking of, I know he's not going to munch it this morning. Sheep poo, sheep being herbivore, has a microbe in it that's actually good for the gut of a dog, and that's why dogs naturally eat the feces of animals that are feeding on grass. He's going to probably have a bit now. Oh no, he's not. Doesn't feel like it. He probably wants to have his possum first, but they will eat it, and there's nothing wrong with it. A lot of guys get upset. Yes, they can pick up worms, but you should be worming your dogs every 12 weeks anyway. There's worms in everything. Oh mate, here, these are my new rams from Shane. Thank you, Shane. Oh, para rams. G'day mate. How are we doing? And I see he slept in his shelter last night. There was a little bit of rain, and he was in there last night. He's made a little bed in there. You can see down there. A big hearty thank you to my patron Janine. Janine, that massage and also the medication we've got him on now is making a difference in just 3 days. I'm sure it is. Having said that, it's warmer today too, and the atmosphere, whether it's humid or it's dry, whether it's cold or it's hot or it's warm, also makes a difference to his bones. Someone mentioned have him inside the house. No. Had him inside the house, it was an absolute disaster. He shitted all over the new floor in the vinyl, and it was in the corner, and it went underneath and seeped down, and we cleaned it up. We peeled it back, and he can't hold his bowel. He's never been an inside dog. So what we do is we have him on the porch with a blanket, 2 blankets over him, the black one that Anna Marie sent, that's the one that helps his blood circulate, and then a duvet over the top of that. And he's warm enough in the night. We're not having him back in the kitchen again. It's not going to happen. It was a disaster. There was pee and poo everywhere, and it took a long time to get the smell out and get the floor fixed up. Bruno, come. Good boy. Bruno, come. Bruno, come. Good boy. Bruno, come. Good dog. Bruno, come. Good boy. That's a good dog. Good boy. That's a good dog. Good boy. You're going well, old fella. Come on, let's get back up now and we'll run the other dogs. Morning, ladies. In the woodshed we've got 2 bags. That's one, and here's the other one. And I hung them upside down. There's chicken bags, and now we're going to see what is going on in there. Before I open that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. Okay, Bruno, let's see what's going on here, eh, mate? No, it's not for you, buddy. Not for you. Let's have a look. Get your head out, boy. I can't get in there. Where you go? Where you go, Bruno? Bruno, where you go? Bruno, where you go? Where you go? Good boy. Where you go? Okay. Are there seeds in there? Well, that's not coriander. That's something else. That's another plant. That's not coriander. What plant is that? That's something different. I'm not sure what that is. Is it lettuce? That might be lettuce. Find out what we've got in here exactly. Oh yeah, there goes all the pods, and the seeds have come off. What I've found in there is these little bugs. Are they eating them? You can see the pods and you can see the seeds. How many seeds can you count in there, guys? That's one pod, and that's what's in it. So I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Is that what you get? That's a lot of salad from just one pod. So we'll take those and we'll introduce them to our massive seeds. Now I have no doubt that the worms in here that were in the seeds have been eating them all, and I reckon that the chickens would find them in there too. Well, you got one. And they're also finding the seed pods that haven't opened. You got a worm then. Good. There goes. Yeah, got it. You got that one. Cool. There's plenty more in there if you have a good look. There goes another one. And you got one too. Okay. I'll let them go through that. There's one there on the ground. Look. Someone going to get it? He's gone. Yes, going for the worms. Good. Going for the worms first. They sure are. That's one way to sort it out. There's a worm. Get that one there. Hey? They're not eating the seeds. They're going for the worms first. They want the protein. Oh, hold on. Old mate's starting to eat seeds now. No, we want you out of the picture. Oh no, they've cottoned onto the seeds. Okay, well that failed. It started off good, but then it failed. Back in your house, mate. You're not coming out. I thought I was onto something then, but they started eating the lettuce seeds. Okay, we only lost a handful. I'm not sure about what's the easiest way to separate the seed from the husk. Do I blow it? There's got to be an easier way to do it than just like going by hand, but this is a mixture of seed and husk. We'll play around with it and think of something. Now the seed all goes to the bottom, okay. Just by scooping it up, it all goes to the bottom. What did our ancestors do when they used to gather their seed? And does somebody know how to better way to do this than what I do? I thought I could just hang it upside down, they'll all end up in the bag at the bottom, but that didn't work. It is actually going to the bottom, most of it. There it goes there. Oh, it's actually working quite good. Okay, this is what we've ended up with the seed. There's a few husks in there, but overall it's pretty damn good. I think having your own seed is really important. So we can plant that, and we're going to plant it right into those and see whether they actually germinate. I don't know, it may not, they may be too old, it's new to me. Apparently they reckon they go into your ear and lay their eggs in there. I don't know if that's true. He's got a good old bite on him, hasn't he? Look at his sting. Looks like a bloody scorpion. Don't think I've seen one quite that big before. Hey mate. The natural wind has blown quite a lot of stuff away, but there's still this sort of mix of, I'm guessing it's the feces from the worm that's been feeding on these. I feel like I'm dealing drugs here. It's lettuce seeds. Gonna plant these guys. There's a few seeds already flicked in there. One there. So I'm just going to start off with 4 of these. I'm not going to do too much to begin with because I don't know if these seeds are going to grow or not. And there's no point in planting a heap and they fail because, let's face it, they're a year old, these seeds, and they may fail. There's one way to find out. We'll come back to them in probably, I don't know, 10 days to see if there's anything happening. I want to show you something else. You might remember that I planted these. This is in coffee. And they're leeks. And some have grown already, some are still coming up. And they look alright. So you can grow in coffee. I'll plant those out probably in another couple of weeks. You're not actually allowed in there, mate. No, you're not. This is supposed to be chicken proof. Right, the coffee grounds worked with planting leeks in it, which brings me to the idea, can you do... No, mate, they're my strawberries. Get out of there. Hey, oh no, you... Oh no. Oh, you bastard. Oh, my first strawberry got it. Oh, look at this. Oh no, no, fuck off. Hey, get out of there. Oh, I'm gutted. That's my first strawberry. Piss off, come on, piss off. I just opened it and they come in that quick. Oh, well. Oh, it's very good too. First strawberry of the season. Yeah, you can have it. I'm not eating the bit you've been chewing on. Bloody chickens. Something's supposed to be out. Right, what I was going to say was, if you can grow seeds in coffee, maybe you can grow them in tea. Like old tea bags. I've got a heap of those inside, because we've had so many cups of tea with so many guests, so I'm just going to get some of them. And also, I want to see if the coriander seeds worked, because I haven't done them. That's originally what I set out to do, and I ended up finding I had lettuce seeds, so let's just check out them. Hanging up here in the woodshed. I'm going to just take that off. This is coriander, I'm pretty sure. Well, there ain't any seeds on the end of the... Oh, these are lettuce too, I think. That's not coriander, this is lettuce as well. And yeah, quite different to the other ones. The other interesting thing is the worms haven't eaten them. There they go there. Yes, quite different. I'm going to put some on this one over here too. There's one there. One in that one. Well, we'll come back and see if they're going to grow. Put them in the glass house. That's our seed. And there's a hell of a lot of lettuce you grow on that. You can just fold him up. This is probably the best stuff to put it in, because you can seal it quite airtight. And if the other ones grow, then we'll plant it out. And let's just hope that no one comes along to my house and thinks I'm selling bullets, because that, sir, is lettuce seed. Right, let's try those tea bags now. If I plant those tea bags, I can see on here that there's lots of small lettuce seeds that I haven't been able to get. So, I'm going to throw them on top of some coffee. You may remember this coffee here I seeded some stuff in, and if you look closely you can just see just there one coming up. There's a few, there's another one just there, very small, just starting to pop up now. And the idea is to keep it wet, because it does tend to go quite dry on the surface, coffee. I'm pleased to see this is working, because it's a very cheap seed mix and it works very well. All this old junk here has got a use. I don't know what this is. Can someone tell me? It was here when I bought the place. It's at the bottom of something. But we can throw some coffee of that and seed some plants. We can use all this stuff for something too, but right now I'm going to put coffee in that and sprinkle those seeds in it. That'll be perfect. I've got 4 bags down here of coffee grounds and another one here that some good bastard dropped off. You really can do a lot of stuff with second-hand stuff. There's a couple of bags in here, I think. Just tear that open like so. Beautiful, nice and damp. Just perfect. You can see why it's good for seeding plants, because it's got such a fluffy, wet, moist feeling. Just get those seeds going. So I'm going to spread this out a little bit. And I think we've got it broken up enough. And I'm just going to put my tray with whatever lettuce seeds is left, sprinkle over top, and see what happens. There's heaps in here, so we'll go like this. You can see them on the top. We'll just go this. sure we're going to get some lettuce pop up if these seeds are actually going to sprout or not. I've placed my seeds on top of the other ones. That's just easier for watering purposes. I'm going to give it a nice soak. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover it because we're going to get rain soon. I don't want to drown it because there's no holes in this. Just enough like that there to make sure it's wet enough to juvenate. You can see my seeds, some are on the top, some are down, but that's pretty wet. This stuff's excellent. It has two purposes. One, it keeps the rain off and all the stuff in the trees above from falling down. And secondly, it allows a bit of heat to build up underneath, but not too much, because you've got these corrugations where it can get out. And this heavy piece of timber, just across the top, stop the wind blowing it off. We'll come back and check that in a day or two. Hey Bruno, that's a good dog, eh? We live in a crazy world where we throw stuff away. I mean, so much stuff. These little containers, everything's got packages. These are actually from meat containers. I don't buy a lot of meat, but when I do, I save these because, where you go boy, where you go? Because you can use them. And as you can see in here, I've got some tea bags. There's a couple of green tea with lemon and some bell tea bags. And I've saved these because I think you can grow plants in them. I've got some bell peppers, or capsicums as we call them in New Zealand. The Americans call them bell peppers. And that's something I use a lot in my cooking, and I think if you're going to grow stuff, it's got to be something that you eat a lot of yourself, something that you use a lot. I've never done this before, but I'm guessing the best way would be to try to get the most depth in it. Go like this maybe, and then tear the top like so, and take our seeds. They're a white seed, these, there we go. There's no reason you couldn't do these yourself, and just poke it in the top there. The thing is though, they've got to be planted about 6 mil down. Give a poke down inside the tea. That's one, we'll do the whole lot like that. That's 18 capsicums done and dusted, and look at that. We've got a wee glass house just like that. Well, that's a first. Good morning. Check us out. Not you, Pace. Pace is inside. Bruno's standing at the door. It's the first morning in a long time. And barking, good morning, Bruno. I was just going to give him his medication. This is a new medication he's on. I've talked about it before. This is what Janine got me onto. It's called Antinol. Good boy. Yes, you're a good boy, aren't you, eh? G'day, mate. How are you? You standing this morning, eh? It's the first in a long time, eh? Outside. Didn't mean you come inside. Outside. Outside. Bruno, outside. 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 Yes, I'm proud of you. Outside, I've got a treat for you. Outside, Bruno. Outside. Outside. Now come on. I'll show you what I've made Bruno last night. So bone broth is really good for us humans, but it's also really good for dogs. And in the camp oven, I've got this beautiful bone broth. Yes. So he won't be getting any of the bones. Good boy. He won't be getting any of the cooked bones, because cooked bones, you should never give your dog cooked bones because they can splinter easy. The molecular structure of the bone changes when you cook it, and it makes it so that it can actually splinter in the dog's stomach. Look at this, it's got nice marrow in there, and he'll get all the collagen and fat. Man, I could eat that myself. Be nothing wrong with it actually. I'm starting to get down to the chunky bits of meat now. He's going to eat the whole lot. On day 5 now, this guy is eating like a champion. He's eating by himself without me feeding him. And it just goes to show you. I was going to smack him on the head. He's going to survive. And he's into his egg. He's onto his second lot of those. He's just like catching up. So glad I didn't smack him on the head. And his water is at a height where he can get a drink without drowning in it. That there is the coffee that we drink, and it comes from Chloe in Australia, the Swap Cafe. And Murray, my neighbour, just dropped that off. That is more coffee. That one had just run out. Chloe, you're an absolute bloody legend. You really are. Thank you. We wouldn't survive without our coffee. Now tomorrow, Ethan comes back to stay with me. And here on the porch beside old Bruno, I've got something which is going to go into the Land Cruiser. Hey Bruno, you're coming for a walk right now, pal. That's a brand new radiator. a brand new radiator. I was going to get the old one patched up, but it's over 30 years old, and I thought, nah, we're going to get the Land Cruiser up and running. That's the mission. So Ethan's coming to stay for a while with me, and hopefully he'll put that in. Bruno, you go for a walk or you want to sleep? Bruno is doing a little bit better. It's day 5 now on medication, and I've changed his tucker. Bruno, come. Come on, boy. Come on, boy. Come on. Come on, boy. Still struggling. Okay, mate. Well, he was doing better this morning. Bruno, come. Come on, boy. Come on, mate. Bruno, come. Come on, boy. You can do it. Come on, there we go. There we go. Good dog, good dog. Dog's going hunting in the morning, taking Spencer, taking young Jody, and then Ethan will be coming later on here. So we'll bring that hunt to you if we get away. The weather's a bit dodgy right now. I haven't seen Spencer for quite a while. He's been up north staying with his dad. He's come back down just to stay with his grandma for a while and see us. We'll take you on that hunt. Patrons first, full hunt. If we get a pig, I'll eat it, the guts and the sticking out and all the stuff, so you guys can see it. Yes, boy, we're going for a walk. Yes, we are. Good dog. Good boy, Bruno. Good boy. He's like, you told me to get up. Are we going for a bloody walk or not? Yes, we are. This has been nearly an hour long, this video, I think, so it's been the last week. Be good. Can't be good. Be careful. Time to walk dogs. It's cool, which is good hunting weather. There you go. Hello, Poe. Hello, Pixie. Go for a walk, eh, Pixie? Come on, Poe. Come on, Poe. Good girl, Poe. Come on. Pixie, what do you got? Pixie, come. Pixie, come. Pixie, come. Pixie, drop. Pixie, drop. Oh, you've broken it, haven't you, eh? You've broken it. Pixie, drop. Oh, yeah, you've broken that. Okay, there, mate. Eat up. You broke that one. Okay. Duck egg. Fertile duck egg.
Watch out when I do, you know that rain on my window always makes me smile. You by my side makes life worthwhile. Oh yeah, worthwhile. I said rain on my rooftop always makes me feel secure, and you by my side makes life worthwhile, worthwhile.